Today, I'm going to teach you how to do this. This is the exploding deck of cards. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another tutorial. Today I am going to be teaching you the exploding deck of cards. Hello, who are you? YouTube police, just checking out the area. Right, okay, there's nothing bad going on here though. Well, you see, our system detected a threat because the word exploding is in your video title and advertisers don't like that. Okay, I understand. This is just a card trick though. It's just a card trick called the exploding deck of cards. It's perfectly safe. Right, well, you can never be too careful, so I'm just gonna stay here if you don't mind. Sure, yeah, I'm just gonna carry on filming the video if that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. Okay, welcome back to the channel everyone, and welcome to a new tutorial. I am going to be teaching you the exploding deck of cards. The method for this is a really fun one, and it is completely safe, don't worry. So if you're ready to learn this trick where a deck of cards can spontaneously combust and jump up out of a spectator's hands, then buckle in because that is exactly what we're going to do today. The exploding deck of cards. It's a brand new trick, something that I've come up with recently. What is it now? Sorry, you're still saying the word exploding. It's not very good for the video. I can't say the word exploding. What, because I'll get demonetized? Well, I'm sorry, but I've got no choice. This video is officially brand unsafe. So, I'm just gonna put up some tape if you don't mind. Alright, so, now it is time to learn the secrets behind the exploding deck of cards. But before I actually get into the method and how to perform this trick, I want to talk about when and why you'd perform this trick. I think this trick would work brilliantly as a gag. I don't often say that. I think that sometimes magic needs to be taken very seriously and done in a certain way, but with this trick, I think you could potentially perform it as a gag. So you give someone the deck of cards and it explodes and it just gets a laugh. I think sometimes that's okay. This can work as a comedy piece of magic, but also it can work as sort of the kicker, as a finale in some way. I don't want to give you too many routine ideas because that should all be left up to you, but I just want to throw in a couple of thoughts on where and why you'd perform this trick. First of all, practicality. So, is this trick practical? There isn't really an answer to this question. It depends on how you're performing it, where you're performing it. It depends on a lot of things as to whether this is practical. I think that for video, it is very practical. You can do this as a short Instagram thing, place the deck on someone's hand, boom, it goes off. It's great. But as far as a worker, the reset is a little bit difficult, and angles are fine, all of that's fine, but when it comes to knowing exactly when this is going to happen, when the explosion is going to happen, that is where practicality does fall a little bit short. So I'm just being honest, you're not going to 100% know exactly when the deck of cards is going to explode because that is not up to you, that is up to physics, as you'll see when we get to the method. However, that should not put you off performing this because I do think it is a funny, brilliant trick. I've tried it out on a couple of people and it has got very good reactions. But as I say, this is a new idea, so feel free to take the baton and run with it, come up with whatever you want. You can either tell your audience that it might explode, or what I like to do is not tell them at all, just give them the pack, as if it's a normal thing, not mentioning that it'll explode and jump out of their hands, and then when it does, that creates a shock and of course laughter. But if you want, you could use this same idea and not use it on a deck of cards. You could have a little box or something that looks like a or TNT, or like a stick of TNT, I don't know. In close-up, this can also work when you put the card box down on the table during a gig. You can have that card box just jump off the table. It's a weird hands-free thing. It does not involve anything tricky, and by tricky, I mean magnets, threads, electronics, anything like that. Those things I describe as tricky because they can let you down when you need them most. This is pretty much 100% guaranteed. However, there is something you need for this trick to work, and that is a slightly unusual object. Luckily, the object is also really, really cheap, so I've left a link down in the description where you can pick up the object you will need in order to make this trick work. They're really, really cheap. They're kids' toys, basically, and I found one of them lying around my house and thought, there's a trick in that. So today, I'm going to teach you how to use this strange object to create a startling moment in magic. It really does shock people. So let's get into how to do this trick. Here we go. This deck of cards right here is loaded. It's loaded with the gimmick that will cause the movements, the sudden animation of the deck. And if I show you the gimmick, it's actually one of these. Now, if you don't know what this is, I'm going to tell you. It's essentially like a kid's toy that you might get in a sort of Christmas cracker or something like that. It's a very cheap, small little thing, and the idea is you pop it out like that, you set it down, and you wait until it goes off. Now, that one doesn't go off brilliantly, but when it's inside a deck of cards, you have this brilliant moment where the pressure of the two surfaces of the top and the bottom of the box make it stay still until a certain moment when it will just spring off, and when the box is empty, the box will fly out. Now, that just pinged over there, so I'm gonna have to go and find it. The only reason I've started to do tutorials on certain magical things is when I genuinely think the method is interesting. And this is one of the craziest methods I've ever come up with, because it's just a mental thing. No one would think that this was the solution to the trick. It's just madness. So all you're going to do is pop this out and hold it down, and you really want to sort of press it down so that when it goes inside the card box, this one might go off a bit too soon. Yeah, it's already gone off, there we go. This is what I'm saying about practicality, because these things tend to go off just randomly. So you're going to place it inside, set the box down, and then just wait. And eventually, at some point, it will just it will just blow up. It's a hilarious moment of magic, it really is, and it shocks me even when I'm holding the deck. The spring creates, oh, it flips over that time. The spring creates the movement, and that is essentially the trick. Now, if you're performing this for people, obviously you're going to want to ditch the evidence. There are many ways of ditching objects. One of the best ways is to simply tip the box up and allow it to fall into your hands, and then simply lower this hand with the popper thing finger palmed, lower that to your side and hand the deck out, and your focus should entirely be on the card box when you're handing it out. Hand the box out and people will just be like, what the hell just happened? People think that it's like explosive, they genuinely do. So you have people sniffing the box for gunpowder or something. It is crazy, honestly, the things that people think might be inside the deck, and it's just a bit of rubber, that is it. So nothing dangerous and nothing brand unsafe, just a little rubber popper in a deck of cards, and you can have some incredible fun. That relatable moment when you're filming a video and then your pizza delivery arrives, and then you start eating the pizza and you get distracted and you forget you were filming a video, and then you forget to film the outro. Oh, just me? Oh, yeah, so that happened. I was filming the tutorial a couple of days ago, a pizza arrived and I forgot to film the outro, so that's why I look different when I'm filming the outro. I apologise about that, but I do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to click the thumbs up down below, as always, on your way out of this video, and that really helps me out. Also, if you're new, you can subscribe to the channel, and if you're a lover of the content that I make, then you can also support me on Patreon. 100% of the donations go back into funding my content, and the stuff I buy using your donations, I give away to the patrons. So it comes full circle. Talking of Patreon, I want to end this video by saying a massive thank you to my patrons. They are Kurt, Kevin, Matty and Slight of Tongue. Thank you so much for your support, it's immense and it's helping me make this channel bigger and better all the time. Also, just before I go, this arrived in the post, which is really exciting. It is my second and final design of merch. It is the on-air merch based on my on-air sign, which you're currently seeing. It is a bit of a different design to normal, sort of loosely based on this t-shirt. So time for me to try it on for the first time. There we go. That was editing, by the way, that wasn't a magic trick. I'm just gonna come clean. So if you want to represent the channel, wear a quirky t-shirt and support my content all at the same time, the link to the merch is down in the description. Thank you very much for watching this video. Once again, it's been a blast and I will see you in the next video. Hello. It's for a video. Is this not what you expected? I keep looking at myself in the screen and just... oh, dear me.